Okay. Hello, you all. Come in. Hit the like and hit the share button. I have my updated prescription glasses, and to be honest with you, I am lightheaded, trying to get adjusted, and wish I just would have went ahead and got the surgery, and got this over with. Right? I just wish I would have got this over with. But I'm gonna give it like a week so my eyes can adjust to the new prescription. But I'm just a person. I like to get it over with, get it done. And hey, even Jesus had Luke the physician, right? Let the physicians do what physicians do. Now, some of you all might say, yeah, but Luke the physician, he may was a herbalist. He might, but he was still a physician. You need doctors to diagnose what's wrong. And we live in these physical bodies, and sometimes things just have to be nipped and tucked and replaced and upgraded and all that good stuff, because we are physical as well as spiritual. But come in if you know I've been up dissecting cryptocurrency again, or rather decoding, not dissecting, but decoding cryptocurrency. I uploaded a video a couple of hours ago, early in the morning, of a SIMPSONS 2025, what's showing the plan, or AKA prediction. So watch that on my channel, on the YouTube channel. And hello, coming in from New Jersey. Good morning and hello to you. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. We got Canada in. We got Canada coming in as well. We are about to crack these codes. You all let me know if you can hear me well. Let me know how the sound is. Respect my shift, as my shirt is crooked, or at least it looks crooked. I don't know what it looks like. I'm still adjusting to these new frames, new eyeglasses. Canada, thank you for tuning in. Is that Calgary? Canada, never heard of that part. Thank you, thank you. You all hit that thumbs up, notify. I see the heart on Facebook. YouTube, follow suit. Take a time, smash a thumbs up, whether you are watching this live or on the replay. And who's ready? Who's ready? Okay. Great sound. Thank you so much. And I see you all are ready. Optimist Rob, you're ready to go down this rabbit hole. Thank you all so much. So you can hear me loud and clear. We are ready. Is it Calgary? Calgary? Okay. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Um, but we are ready to go down this rabbit hole. And you all, I'm giving you, as I'm talking about my vision, I'm giving you more crystallized, crystal clear vision, so you can have a direct aim of focus of how you want to build your crypto portfolio. But I think it is of the utmost that we understand that the Simpsons always give us the plan ahead of time. So it's good to look at this. Not only the Simpsons, not we got Will Smith, iRobot, Hollywood, all of these. We got Back to the Future, right? We got Interstellar, released in 2014. All of these movies. We have, what's the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Transformers, all of this stuff, right? And if you was like me, I was a big fan of what's the time machine that they went when Sam and his mentor always travel back in time. One of my favorite episodes to watch, and I can't even think of it, but they did time travel. I used to love to watch that as a teenager, right? And we got hello from Slidell, Louisiana, with the 1111. I've been through Slidell a couple of times. And we got Toronto, Canada. Thank you all for tuning in. We got Canada coming in. We have two places of Canada. Okay. New Jersey, Slidell. No, it's not Back to the Future. I know Back to the Future Phoenix, but his name was Sam, and they did time travel. Quantum, there it is. Quantum Leap, one of my favorite. I love watching Quantum Leap. And so I'm going back in this rabbit hole, so many things to decode. So let me go ahead and pull up the Simpsons 13 episode, released in 1997, titled, let me get comfortable here, titled Crypto Born, right? Titled Crypto Born. 1997, and more things to be decoded. More things to be decoded. A lot of times, we saw the Simpsons refer to a lot of this, or a lot of decoders, or a lot of YouTubers refer to a lot of these things as XRP, and it was not XRP. Not to debunk anything with XRP, but just to give you the revelation and to give you the truth. So again, you can make the best decisions that you can concerning your crypto portfolio, right? The hidden messages that it is revealing and showing, so you can make the best decisions that you can concerning your crypto portfolio. So let me find the best episode I think that breaks this down. My goodness, I've never seen this. This is something. Someone told me a cartoon. Look, have you all ever seen this? I've never seen this one. The Simpsons season 31, episode 13. This is with Marge, and you see the purple in the background with a bikini on, and Homer doing his champagne. I'm going to have to watch this at a later date and see what's going on with this one. I've never seen this one. Um, so let's go to Frank Corn. Let me stop sharing that one. I've never seen that episode. Never seen Marge in a bikini. But let's go to Frank Corn. And it says The Simpsons season 31, episode 13. Looks to be definitely some great decoding in that. So you best believe that I'm going to watch that and have more for you all as I break that down. But let's get to what I know, what we are going to do this early this morning, whatever part of the world you are tuning in, whatever time of day. Internet is moving slow. So these are what we are going to decode some things that I have not done on the live stream. Not a nerd. Why Jim Parsons was used. Why Jim Parsons? Because he and his friends, who were considered nerds, on the Big Bang Theory, brought out Bitcoin on the Big Bang Theory. So we're going to also decode Jim Parsons' name, or do the gematria. We know that the gematria it shows the conversion of letters to numbers. It gives us hidden secrets, hidden decodes, or even hidden messages for the win. Someone says USA crypto for the win. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, 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 you all. I have been live streaming about XCN. Thank you so much. Now that I'm live streaming about XCN, a lot of bigger YouTube channels are as well. Hello, Lula. As always, thank you for tuning in. Your sister loved that show, Quantum Leap. Also, we have Nashville, Tennessee, tuning in as well, right? Nashville, Tennessee, tuning in as well. Personally, the wallet the code storage that I love to use is I pull it up, but it's not this one, Exodus. I don't really like digital wallets. I like cold wallets as well. And we have last one. And thank you for tuning in, being a newbie here, Phantom. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you're a subscribe. I'm 300 subscribers away from 40K. Thank you for tuning in, ATL. And is this Indiana? Right? XPR is what you are buying. Okay. Well, let's go down this rabbit hole and to help you all decode and make the best decisions for you all. So for copyright purposes, I will not have the sound on. I will not have the sound on. Now, only the Simpsons decoding crypto is what I'm focused on. So they said now, if you can see in this title, it said they predict the collapse of Bitcoin. That is totally untrue. That is totally not true after we do the decoding. You see the bricks on the wall that represents BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, BRICS nations. What is their goal? They are all joining together to de-dollarize the United States dollars. In other words, they do not want to accept the United States dollar to export their commodities to the United States anymore. They want their own central bank digital currency. So that means no longer will the United States dollar be the world reserve currency. We're moving to a new world economic system, a new world order. You see the hexagon that represents the chain link logo. We know the purpose of chain link in the Oracle, also known as the Oracle, in this BRICS and in this new cryptocurrency collaboration or cryptocurrency movement. So let me make sure this one has all the episodes that I need. I have to, do it and find different clips because the entire episode you have to purchase. Background information. Lisa is interviewing Professor Frink. She's a second grader in school, and she has to interview the most influential person in Springville, where they're from. Now, with that being said, thank you, Marilyn, your first time here. Thank you for tuning in. Another ATL coming in as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. And again, welcome, first time people. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification. So here, you're going to see Jim Parsons on the Big Bang Theory, where a Rubik's Cube is well. This Rubik's Cube represents the blockchain technology. In the background, we have Professor Hessler. Sounds like Gary Gensler. Gensler was over the SEC. He resigned 5 days ago, January 20th, and the SEC has been suppressing XRP as still coming into a judgment if XRP is a security or a non-security within itself. So Lisa is interviewing Professor Frink, represents Larry Frink of BlackRock, Larry Fink of BlackRock. So Professor Frink represents him, Larry Fink, and BlackRock ETF is the ETF investing that really propelled or pushed Bitcoin to 6 digits and 6 figures. Now, Professor Frink will always have the 2 slashes and the circle. This represents Stellar XLM, M as in money. Stellar XLM, again, the Rubik's Cube, again, represents the blocks of blockchain technology that's going to collaborate and connect. XLM Stellar will be the world reserve currency, the currency of the world. Revelation 13:17 talks about that no man can buy or sell without it. XLM will be for domestic banking, helping those right now in rural poverty areas in the unbanked community. That's the purpose of XLM. So we see the collaboration and connection of Bitcoin. Professor Frink Coin represents Bitcoin in this episode, and XLM, also known as Stellar Lumens, right? Stellar Lumens. So he's giving Lisa his background first test tube baby. That's going to be big. He said his parents, right, did not have love, but they had great chemistry, right? So I'm walking you all through this. These are his parents, also showing the XLM logo and their eyeglasses as well. They did not have love. They had chemistry. So he was telling Lisa he had to change the pitch of his voice in order to get their attention. Now, I'm going to attempt to show you all this on another episode. I've broken it down many times, that we see the motorcycle. This is the Flare Network logo on the chest, the crescent of the motorcycle rider. The 2 strikes, the 2 lightning bolts, represent the twin towers, the twins, and also you're going to see a twin that's going to replace. This represents Flare Network F assets, bridge currency. The purple represents XPR, and the ocean blue color represents X Zenfin, right? Zenfin XDC. Now, if I ever get these X's wrong, you all just let me know in the comments because it's not easy. So Zenfin, known as also XDC, the ocean blue, right? The ocean blue with Zenfin, was his first name. We see the Phoenix logo that represents the Phoenix coin. Again, the 13 dots on the headlight represents the 13 richest banking family. Many people think that the Federal Reserve is a federal institution, and it's not. They're not federal. They are private families, that rich bankers that lend money to the government. The government and the Fed is separate. It's no federal. It's no more federal than FedEx. So you have the 13 richest bankers or families dots here that represent. I've broken down many times on the back of your US dollar bill. You see 13, 13, 13. And then you have Jesus with 12 disciples. He makes number 13. So this is on the headlight, which is illuminated, right? So Illuminati. Now the Phoenix here again, the Phoenix coin, Jim Parsons, the twins, aka again Twin Towers, 9/11 that happened. He reveals his face. Again, Jim Parsons is also representation of Bitcoin. So again, we have XDC, XPR, and Flare all showing here along with the Flare network. Now, XPR, if you all, since I have first time people, has XPR Royal Motor Oil. It's high performance oil for racing high performance vehicles. So this is why they are on the motorcycle. And it's very expensive oil at that. XPR with the P. Now, so Jim Parsons comes in, right? I'm being closer to being cash of the future. This is a book. A book represents an old, antiquated way of researching, right? We have internet now. We got Chat GPT. We have Google, but Chat GPT is even faster and more effective than Google. So also, you see the 333. I'll get into that as well. And I'm not sure in this particular episode that we will see it, but you're also going to see a combination of 2025 for this year. I'm telling you all, this live stream right now is about to be deep down the rabbit hole. So, what cryptocurrency is known as the dinosaur crypto? Bitcoin. Right. So the book is singing, I'm closer to being cash of the future, not in your wallet, in your computer. Now, computer, crypto, Bitcoin is kept in, or the nodes on the blockchain are validated through computers. This is not how XRP nodes are validated. XRP is more eco-friendly, user-friendly, right? Bitcoin validate nodes on computers. In fact, I think that it can only validate up to 7 transactions per second, whereas you have XDC, XRP, 2,000, 5,000 transactions per second. That shows you the slowness of Bitcoin, right? And it takes a lot of energy to mine and validate nodes in the computer systems of Bitcoin. So now it gives the explanation. Cryptocurrency is a system that does not rely on a non-cryptocurrency central authority, but instead relies on non-centralized distributed consensus of cryptocurrency ownership. Using the word cryptocurrency repeatedly when defining cryptocurrency make it seem like we have cryptocurrency novice understanding of cryptocurrency. Well, That's a lot of times say cryptocurrency, right? Well, that is a total pile of cryptocurrency. In this system, rules are defined for the creation of additional units of cryptocurrency. They can be generated like fiat. They can be generated by fiat like traditional currency or just thrown away or randomly all given to LeBron. So LeBron James is mentioned right here because he represents the 3% of the population that owns 97% of the wealth. And I'm looking around for my noteboard. I must have it in the other room. He represents the top tier of the 13 levels that's on the back of our US dollar. That the top of the all seeing eye, only 3% of this world attain and have 97% of the wealth. So it says it can all be given to LeBron, but for some reason, these crypto guys are really into computers. Now, so we have a big building full of energy gobbling, air conditioned computers that only fits the description of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin miners have these big energy gobbling. Uh, it is mined by nuclear mining, and we're going to see in the Simpsons nuclear plants with radiation symbols that's not as healthy for this environment. It's not eco-friendly, and the fact that Bitcoin really does have a scalability issue, meaning that if 10% of the population all at once simultaneously wanted to use Bitcoin, that it will not be enough energy in the earth, in this planet, to sustain just 10% of the population out at the same time. So you might be asking me, well, Queen, what's the purpose of Bitcoin? Why? Listen all the way to the end. I will let you know, right? I will let you know. Takes a lot of money to move Bitcoin, 4K to move 60K. Exactly. And this is why Bitcoin is a store of wealth. It is a store of value. It's not meant to be moved. It is built upon the same intrinsic value of physical gold, right? Physical gold, which is also a store of wealth. Physical gold is where rich and wealthy, affluent people move their fiat paper currency as a store of wealth, right? And to keep fight inflation against their dollar. In other words, the United States dollar since 1971 has lost 98% of its purchasing power since President Nixon removed it from the gold standard. He unpegged it, right? It was pegged to gold. Your dollars was as good as gold. And then it was the petrodollar when they united with Saudi Arabia. And then Saudi Arabia didn't no longer want it to exchange its oil. So in order to keep our dollars worth its value or worth its weight in gold, it must be pegged to a commodity. Now, I'm referencing sometime gold as commodity, but Article 1, Section 10 in the Constitution tells us that gold is real money, because the definition of money means it must have intrinsic value, right? It must have intrinsic value. Someone asks, does XPR represent XPR? I have no idea what you mean by that question. I have no idea. The wallet I use is the Ledger STX, if I'm not mistaken. It's STX, Ledger XTX, the cold wallet. Okay. All right. So let me get back and stay focused. All of you all that's in, hit the thumbs up. Now, they can be generated like fiat currency or just thrown away randomly, given to LeBron. But for some reason, the crypto guys are really into computers. This is all reference to Bitcoin. So we have a big building. We have big buildings full of energy gobbling, air conditioning, computer solving useless math problems. But now we can't have straws. What was the thing about straws? Well, these restaurants and on for a more greener planet, you know, They stopped restaurants, for example, from using plastic straws to paper straws. Like everything is energy efficient, green energy, except Bitcoin. Still on the old antiquated energy system, right? Now, we also can reference Exodus in the Bible, the book of Exodus, where Pharaoh wanted the Israelites to gather their own straw, but also keep the same brick quota of production. So he added more work to already intense labor, to the intense labor that they were already doing. This is where we are right now in the world, not just United States. It's just not China, Russia, Brazil that have these cheap labor laws. And these China, they're making Nike and these Jordans that sell for well over $100. But the people that's producing them may get paid $150 a week, sometimes that much in a month's worth of work. So these intense labor that's going on. And now you have Americans who are working 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, and they still cannot make ends meet. So the same concept of Pharaoh, the Israelites, right? And intense labor to already, you add burden to what's already intense labor. Also, in this episode, it says, and we know who Satoshi is, but we are not telling. So this is all about Bitcoin. Professor Frank, again, my volume is off. The Rubik Cube represents blockchain technology. The VCR represents Swift system, the old system. When he told Lisa, he said, I'm going to explain cryptocurrency to you by clicking the link. He did not have to say link. It's a remote control. You don't have a link to click. He said that in reference to Chainlink. Again, if you are just not coming in, you're always going to see the XLM Stellar Lumas, which is going to be our world reserve currency. That's in connection to Revelation 13:17, that the mark of the beast is 666, that no man can buy or sell without it. XLM Stellar Lumas is going to be the world reserve currency. They have a collaboration in connection with Bitcoin, right? Professor Frank is Larry Frank from BlackRock, who got Bitcoin to where it is by filing that ETF. Now, you see the frog that spit on Professor Frank that represents Pepe, the Pepe frog right here, right? The Pepe frog. And then you have Professor Frank, who became the richest man, a billionaire in Springfield. This is the news media announcement that he now has surpassed Professor Burns. Now, he's watching this television, right? Antennas, very antiquated. He represents the agriculture. He represents the real commodity. He represents the off the grid person, the person who may say, I don't want crypto. Give me the silver. Give me the gold. Right? As you say, someone said I bought diamonds. I'm buying silver and copper rounds, as you mentioned. Yep, this is what he represents, off the grid. Food is going to be more important during this time than you having a pretty crypto portfolio, I promise you. We're going to see hyperinflation, you all. We're about to experience hyperinflation. What does that mean? Hyperinflation is worse than inflation. Is where we see double the prices of our groceries, our gas, our food, our services. We're about to experience that. This is why silver, and this is why this live stream is so important. And I'm glad all of you all are tapped in. Tap in, cut your TV off, silence everything around you. Because you need to see this and you need to understand this. You need to understand where silver and copper is going to play in this great reset as well, the greatest wealth transfer this generation has ever experienced. Now, he brings up coin. What does coin sound like? Bit, coin, corn, Bitcoin. He has hedges for $20. What is Bitcoin, you all? It acts just like physical gold. It is a hedge against inflation. It is a hedge against inflation. So we have hedges here represented in coin, $20, as showing Bitcoin is and commodities is a hedge against this inflation. Now, we have the nuclear power plant in the background. Both of this is similar to the proton of XPR and XLM logo. And then we have Burns that represents the burning of fiat currency that we saw on the 1988 Economist. He's also Jacob Rothschild. He's wearing the dark green for the United States, dark green fiat currency. Nuclear plant in The Simpsons was very intense labor work, and it was very dangerous type work. This warehouse that he had his workers in, and his cryptographers that he hired, because now he wants to be the richest man in Springfield. Springfield has a population of 32,000 people. That's where we get the monopoly from. This is where we get the LeBron James reference, right? 3% of the population owns 97% of the wealth in the world. And so we also have Bitcoin that started in 2020 with nuclear mining and fossil fuels that were supposed to be more eco-friendly, economically friendly. So this can represent threefold: the mining of Bitcoin, but also the scaling issues of Bitcoin as well. That's why Bitcoin is not meant for peer-to-peer. Now, when it first came out, there was the marketing scheme. It's no longer. Institutions have got involved. It's institutionalized more than decentralized right now. It's not for day-to-day transactions. It's not for peer-to-peer. Likewise, Ripple, when it first came out, said, we're going to be the one world currency. That's not Ripple's focus anymore. Ripple / XRP focus now is on the derivatives market and ODL, on-demand liquidity pool. XLM is the one world currency. And the founders, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, have come out and said that, yes, that was our focus in the beginning, but it's not now. It has shifted. So the purple will always represent XPR. This is his assistant, Monty, who he treats very evil and bad. And Monty is the person that always have a pure heart and mind and good intentions, as well as Lisa Simpson represents that, and Professor Frank. Now, the lobster represents the XLM, the one world currency, and the lobster wallet as well. All of this has its own meaning. So right now, I'll pause with that, and we're going to look at the gematria of lobster on the gematria calculator. 111, thank you for that as well. $153 people in. You all make sure that you hit that like and that share button. So lobster and gematria breaks down to 13, right? The very first thing that we see is 13. Now, with that, let me stop one because this comment stood out. This is episode 31, 1997, Crypto Born, season 13, episode 31, 1997, Crypto Born, right? 1997, Crypto Born. Satoshi isn't a person. Bitcoin is Saturn, which is why, no, XLM is Saturn, which is why Bitcoin is made up of sats. XLM is Saturn. When you look at Interstellar release, 2014, XLM was called Stellar Lumens. Then they changed it to XLM. And the XLM logo and the interstellar logo is Saturn. And Saturn is Saturday, right? Saturday, which biblically is the Sabbath day, right? It's the Sabbath day. So, with this being said, we have 13. That's first. Again, I showed you 13. I'm going to show you XDC, SPR, XLM, and XRP are all connected to 13 as well, and XLM. Okay, you have Lobster, Ripple Labs, right? You saw in the background, they were in a laboratory. He said his family had no love, they had chemistry. I'm a black star. XCN is a black stone. BlackRock will invest in the black stone of XCN, Onyx coin as well. Saturn worships a black cube of Saturn worshipers, right? And we see a lot of 666 connected with lobster as well. So that's why the lobster is there. And also we have Phoenix. We have Taylor, as in Taylor Swift. We know Kansas City Chiefs is playing the Buffalo Bills tomorrow, as in dollar bills. More than likely, the Swift financial system, Taylor Swift, represented with the Chiefs, will win that game over the dollar bill because our dollar bill will be greatly devalued. We have Satoshi here. We have Not a Nerd. Jim Parsons says it's all the time, right? You have the Sean Combs, as in P. Diddy, the crashing, the falling as of the final phase, as our fiat currency is crashing and falling and burning and blazing on the 1988 economist. The final phase, right? The end of time, not the end of the world, the end of time for the dollar, the fiat dollar system. They have the Vikings here. I think the Vikings are already out of the NFL playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's the decoding on lobster. Now, let me show you 13 again. And you all, if you already watching my live streams and following me, you still want to stay on. I have some new people in, so I'm going over some things that I've been over a lot of times, but you still want to stay on because I'm still going to show you something new that I've never ever live streamed about today until now. So thank you for that thumbs up and the heart on Facebook. You all do the same. Now, this is where we get 13. If my internet allows me to type it in. Come on, do this now. Still loading for some reason. Let me close some of these other windows and see if that'll help the speed of it. I have the highest internet speed available. Thank you. Here we go. So we have XLM, that the reduction is 13 in the Gematria. The reverse reduction is 14. The reverse is 32. The ordinal 9 plus 4 equals 13 as well. Right. Now, again, this would be the one world currency. This would be the one world currency where no man can buy and sell. So then we have XRP, which the reverse is 23. We know Michael Jordan, one of the greatest of all times in basketball, wore number 23, but so did LeBron James at some point in time. He goes back and forth between the number 6 and 23. And that's why LeBron name was mentioned earlier in that context as well. So you have the 23, you have 58, which is 13 as well, and the 22. They can also be represented of the ISO 2020 20022 messaging system, right? So 8 plus 5 is 13. Reverse reduction, the same, similar to XLM, is 14. It's the same thing. XRP is like the sun. XLM is like the moon. We know Bitcoin, Luna Classic Bitcoin moves on the moon cycles. It pumps on the new moon. We just had the wolf moon, right? And it went up as high as over to 106,000, right? So XRP represents being priced to gold, XLM being priced to silver. But I have broken down for you all many times that silver is more of a better return on your investment right now than gold. I went to the US dead clock. I broke it down. $40 an ounce for silver. The US dead clock is estimated. The dollar to silver ratio is the average of approximately $1,500. So if you, with your shipping and handling, everything included, spend about, or invest rather, about $40 for 1 ounce of silver, you sell it back because there's a silver short squeeze going on right now. And the price is going to escalate. They need silver for RFID chips. They need silver for calculators. They need silver for cell phone batteries. They need silver for these new Tesla vehicles. We're moving to electronic vehicles. They need silver for your 5G Wi-Fi. They need silver for your catalytic converters. So silver is industrial money. Executive Order 11110 JFK was to bring back the silver standard. There was gold certificates on paper money and silver certificates where people could have the paper certificate and redeem it for the real money, which was silver and gold. So you get a 3,365% return on silver, whereas if you spend approximately $2,800 for 1 ounce of gold, and the gold to silver ratio is $10,000, your return on investment percentage wise is only 363%. So you get a 3.5x with gold, but with silver, you get a 37.5x return. But unfortunately, a lot of people like gold because gold shines brighter, right? Same thing with XLM and XDC. Again, this is 1997 episode of The Simpsons, season 113. XDC is showing you the 3113. It's all over The Simpsons too. And you also see the same connection of the reverse reduction of 14. The ordinal, however, of XDC is 31. And then we have XPR, which mirrors, which as well as it should, XRP, right? 135822 ISO. Fed Now and credit unions is accepting that through the Metallic network for payments for XPR. And it's all over The Simpsons as well. Reverse, that represents, again, LeBron when he was 23 and to crypto. And then we have the 14. I'm going to go ahead and do XCN right now, which is the 4114, which is the same mirror and reversal of XDC. Onyx coin, the black stone, the black rock investment, also tied to 13. So we saw the 13 on the motorcycle, on the headlights, the 13 dots, the 13 banking families, the Illuminati, and then I've given you the breakdown of the lobster as well. Now, SHX is a combination of Ripple, and XLM. So I love SHX as well. I never did the Gematria on that. I may go back and do that. What company do I purchase from? That's a great question. Go to millimoves.com. In fact, they just released this beautiful piece where you can not only get your silver and your copper, but you can get your artwork at the same time. And if this is still available, they have limited amounts, which I like. I like very much like the tokenomics of crypto. You want to look at like Bitcoin has only what 21 million. So you want to look at the deflationary, and they have a lot of limited edition. In fact, this one with Queen Elizabeth, which a lot of her money will not be, you won't see her portrait on a lot of money in the future, which is rare. And then you had a Dragon 2024 with the XRP, the violet and the purple, as well as the red and the flare. They only minted 200,000 of these. I already got mine. So you get artwork. And this copper, I think the copper is sold out. Pride, strength, and courage. There's a global shortage on copper. And look at this symbol right here. The Indian. So it's best to become a member. And so you can get all of these. The Steamboat Willie, always 0.999 ounces. Steamboat. So you get the artwork and the physical money all at the same time in one place, one location. So millimoves.com. Okay, so back to the decoding. Back to the decoding. Those come in 5 or 6. You're welcome, Gigi. Flavors, colors. Yeah. I could have broke down those colors, but I would have stayed on that too long. So millimoves.com. So that's the lobster representation. We did the decode what that means. Again, he's an evil man. He's making them eat the lobster. Professor Frank, he's rich. He's a billionaire, but he's looking for a relationship. Again, he was a test tube baby. His family, his mom and dad, he was conceived from chemistry. There was no love. So he wants affection. He wants love, right? Lisa is wearing a red dress, also representation. In this particular scene of the Flare Network, you see the switches. You see 2 on, 1 off. Hensler is gone, is out or down as of now, right? Professor Hensler. All of the switches have not been flipped yet. However, November of this year, 2025, everyone are supposed to be in the world on the ISO messaging system. The deadline, unless something changes, November. November is the 9th month. November. Not the 11th. It's the 9th month. So what does that mean, Queen? Jesus died on the cross the 9th hour. The number 9 means it is finished. The number 9, decoding, like a woman carries a child for 9 months in her womb, right? At the 9th month, I'm trying to think. Fetus, the baby, I'm trying to think of the correct name though. It's an infant and is at that mature state, maturation state, 9th month. If it's born before then, it's considered premature. That which is hidden in the womb, which is hidden, full maturation, 9th month, right? The fetus now is an infant. 9th hour, Jesus died on the cross. 369 in the Bible. Gave up the ghost. It was finished. Says it's finished. 9th hour. So the number 9, that which is hidden, will be revealed. It will be finished, complete for the fiat currency system. You don't have a whole lot of time to understand what this is and understand why getting out of cash into coins and crypto is so important at this time. So now, and Trump just signed the executive order, right? So Lisa's asking him, what are some things you like? She's trying to draw interest to him other than, creating Frank coin and Bitcoin and becoming a billionaire. So he decides to move on these boxes. You see the Amazon, the upside down arrow. That's represent the Amazon. On another episode, you can see a box that's being thrown through and crashes the window. They show the Amazon crash happening as well. We know in December, Amazon workers went on strike, right? So we will see a crash in Amazon that will bring it to the blockchain technology and payment system as well. What crypto is accepting Amazon payments? In fact, what crypto is accepting Amazon payments? So Lisa convinces her father to take Professor Frank out to meet friends, right? He's at his bar. You see ISO, again, that represents ISO 20022 or ISO 22 to make it short. We see the Ethereum in the green and gold. Hopefully, we will see Ether at least get 10,000 by December as it represents Christmas colors. Okay, so he's introducing him to his friend. They're on a beer budget. 72 represents number 9. What is he drinking though? He's drinking wine. His name is Too Tall Jones. He said, even I didn't, everybody else on the beer budget, he's on a higher budget. So let's do the gematria of Bitcoin. Hit the lights. I agree with that. Hit the lights. 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 Bitcoin 7 plus 2 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. 11 7. Reverse that. 7 11 is 9. 9 9 9 9 9. 45 is 9. What number did Too Tall Jones have on his jersey? 72. 72. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get something to drink. So that's 72 for Too Tall Jones, represent Bitcoin. The number 9, it is finished. Fiat currency. Too Tall Jones, the only one that has wine. We also know that just BTC, which many say is beta test coin, beta test coin. Bitcoin was the first to have a blockchain network. Ripple came out in 2004. BTC was released in 2009, but Bitcoin was the first to have the blockchain included, and Ripple XRP wasn't. So we see the 7, and you see the 11 again. You see the 11 again. And so the 2 plus 5 is 7. What does number 7 mean? Number 7 means divine transition. 7-day Jesus rest. What does rest mean? Biblically, it means to reset. What does reset mean? It means to reset. Like we're going through the great reset. It means to bankrupt. Jesus rest. He reset it. It doesn't mean to take a nap like we think a rest means. See, in Revelation, it talks about a new heaven and new earth. In Genesis or Genesis, it talks about in the beginning. Now, if you collaborate that together, you'll get an understanding. In the beginning was a new heaven and new earth. So after the 6 days of creation of the natural things, the spiritual had to come in and the reset had to happen. So the word rest there means to reset. Someone says, with this, a mind-blowing, bullish prophecy. I don't call it prophesying. That's, in the church, in the religious world, they call it a seer. That's what I'm doing. All I know is the gift is what God gave me, and that's how God gave me to teach this. With all respect, I've noticed that individuals are looking to the Simpsons episode for this information. Why is this? Because, and I love your respect, because the Simpsons they predicted Lady Gaga, they predicted Trump's presidency 2 times, 2024, also running and winning, and also his previous 45th president, which 4 plus 5 is 9, and then 4 plus 7 is 11. You see the 7, 11, and the 9, even with Trump. Just like you see in Bitcoin. That's why I say you want to make United States the Bitcoin super planet, and that's why they're buying all this Bitcoin and reserves, and that's why Trump I've already told people he was going to get the presidency. That's why I don't get into politics, because it's already a part of the plan or the plot or whatever you want to call it, or the prophecy, however you want to call it. But once you see the numbers, once you see the decoding, it's there. It shows you. Even Genesis 11, I can get into that, shows you the Tower of Babel. It's just the tower of frequency that we were on. It wasn't the time in Tower of Babel, like the Twin Towers, 9/11, Genesis 11. Babel means language. We're moving to a new financial language. So in Genesis 11, when they was on one financial language or one language, the US dollar was the one dominant financial system. And they building this tower of frequency. Tesla calls it tower to the people. Energy, Tesla revealed years ago through the ancient Egyptians that we shouldn't have to pay for electrical bills or water bills. People have come out and told us about you can power vehicles with water. You don't need gas and oil. But it was Albert Einstein and JP Morgan, it was more advantageous to be on DC energy than AC energy. So they can charge us for things that we could have for free, that God provided right here in the earth realm. That's why I tell people all the time, we're going back to the future, right? So 72 with the wine, while everybody else on the beer budget represents Bitcoin. Too Tall Jones, who was a former NFL player. Sports reveal these things as well. Sports decoding the NFL. Like the Chiefs win the championship, then that's the Swift financial system. Plain as day. Taylor Swift, and her connection with the Chiefs. So he said, even I didn't know the answer was me. Now, we see Mr. Burns, right, that represents Rothschild. And then you see the radiation, which means danger, which represents Ripple. I've been telling people all the time, Ripple is different than XRP. The IPO for Apple, for example, Apple, the company, the IPO and stock for that, the initial offering of it, was way more financial beneficial than what the Apple stock now that's available to the public for like $200 will worth. So I'm gonna say it like this: Apple is the company, iPhone, iPad, AirPods is the product. Apple, the company net worth, is worth more than the iPhone is worth, or the products are worth. Now I can go into my goodness, you all help me out. I don't know why. Steve Jobs. You all know there's cures for cancer. And I'm not gonna get into this, but I'm gonna say it this way. Where was Steve Jobs now that Elon Musk and Larry Fink are taking over AI and Stargate? Would Steve Jobs before that today? What was he a barrier? Was he in the way per se? That's all I'm gonna say about Steve Jobs. Right? So radiation, a lot of people say this is Ripple. Ripple and XRP are not the same. Ripple is the company, which is have Ripple stocks only available to accredited investors. The product XRP is available to individual investors. Ripple stocks is available to institutions. XRP is available to individuals. But it does represent danger at the same time. Okay, Mr. Burns, Roth, you see the X right there. This is, and see this why I have to really bring this out. Jacob Rothschild, who Mr. Burns is because people will say, "Oh, this is the XRP logo." No, this is the Ripple logo. This is the XRP logo. They're not the same. They're on the same umbrella. It's the product, but it's not the same. Right? And it's important to know that as I decode that you're going to realize why. So he's talking to the cryptographers. He's trying to create a pseudo currency, as he called it, that's better than Bitcoin. And this is where you have the fiat currency, the all-seeing eye on the back of the US dollar logo. You can't say that this XRP because it's not an X. And it's not Ripple either. Right? I know we have the fidget and the Ripple is like a 3, clover and all that, but it's not an X. If you go on Coinbase, it's the same symbol that you see for fiat, for cash. The dark green, he represents the fiat currency system. But now, because Bitcoin has made Professor Frank richer, he's going to convert to crypto. We know Trump does not want a CBDC, but he wants a dollar-backed stablecoin. Know the difference. Know the difference. He does not want central banks. Why? Because that's federal bankers, the rich bankers of the world. He wants a separation from them, which no president has been able to do. So you see the steam of anger from the fiat currency symbol, Jacob Rothschild's fiat logo. He's in therapy because of the treatment of Professor Burns. He gets an RX description. X is on this. A lot of people know about XRP. XRP healthcare and things like that, and big pharmaceuticals, big pharma, which Trump is also taking out. And then we see the X on the back, and we see the violet or the purple, the bottom, which represents XPR, right? I'm going to do a gematria on Duff just to see what happens, because Duff is shown a lot in The Simpsons as well. Now we see the home late, the Simpsons, the again, ether in the background, green, and we see one of my other viewers brought this out. What looks to be Uphold logo. He's sending the pigeon. Pigeon is messenger. Nikola Tesla was big on the pigeon for being a messenger for him. They didn't have cell phones and phones like that. You have to research Tesla energy. That's why I said going back to the future, you all. Cryptography has been around since 1600. Tesla's been around since 1800s, I believe. Ecclesiastes tells us there's nothing new under the sun. So Uphold logo, this looks like lime wire colors to me. The red carpet looks like flare. You look at F assets, where flare will connect all assets, right? The rope and the connection of that. This is definitely XPR. XPR, that oil and XPR. Then you also have that colloidal silver, that colloidal oil, that purple, which can be gold, and that violet blue. This may be Flare Network. I really don't know what the blue and purple could represent, but I know that the rug that they're on, and they are high in the sky. High in the sky. And that H is for Homer, for H bar. And we see the corn again for off the grid money. But that H is for H bar. Thank you so much. You said RLUSD stablecoin has the Ripple logo. Okay, thank you. I need to look at that. I agree. Oh, did you say what's that spelling? Liver mention? I've never heard of that. I have to research it. The son of man is not the most high. Who told you to give me scripture? The son of man said he was the most high. Okay, this is somebody that needs to be blocked. Maybe they have some mental issues or something. Have no idea what they're talking about. So the H in Homer, and now you see that they was on a beer budget. What has H bar elevated them to? A champagne budget. And then again, Stellar Lumas, XLM, H bar, XDC, Flare, often overlooked. So now we come to the whiteboard. And oh my goodness, I really don't, this is going to take you out deep down the rabbit hole to really dissect this. But I'm going to just make it short. SHA-256 is the security system that runs on the Bitcoin security. We have quantum financial system that was already been released, and I've talked to you all about quant as well. And see, with that being said, is it secure against the quantum financial system? And this backwards E is not for Ethereum. It is that represents. Let me go back to a mathematical formula that says, if I can find it real quick, I'll teach this real quick. Okay, but it says prove that this is true or secure. So you see the Bitcoin, right? You see the Litecoin. You see Doge. Filecoin. Filecoin is human data. It's going to collect and store human data. The double arrows here, right? It's saying that, if one side is true, this equation proves why cryptocurrency is trying to prove why cryptocurrency will never have value. And so it's saying if one side is true or proof or demonstration, then the other side must be true as well. So prove that this is secure and that Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, Department of Government Efficiency, will have value. So now they're at a yacht, right? A lot of things you all cannot hear. I've watched the entire episode. I know. So there, Professor Frank is winning, and the intentions of Mr. Burns, again, the evil man that represents fiat currency, is to destroy his self-esteem anymore. He's trying to find friends. He's meeting friends. He's drinking champagne. He said, if I can't destroy his money, if I can't, crash his money, I crash his self-esteem. And so he's having a conversation with him. He's telling him, he said, the one thing about having wealth and money is you don't really know who your friends are. So this is a manipulation. This is gaslight. I'm going to show you that later on. This is Homer Simpson with the anchor. When Professor Frank get on a helicopter, which reminds me of Kobe Bryant too, they anchor. Now, this has been interpreted by many people different ways, as in anchor your assets. You also have an anchor coin, but you also have an anchor wallet that is a digital wallet, and it is quantum resistant as well. And XLM has a lobster wallet as well. The atomic wallet is the anchor wallet, and it both of those are digital. And SLM, I did the decoding of lobster, but that lobster is also a lobster wallet as well. Now, I have not looked into Vote Inu. I have not, but I know it did pump last week. And no, was that Vthor? I think, but I have not. I have not. I think that was Vthor, right? Um, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You say your lobster wallet got hacked. But XLM is lobster. You got the anchor, atomic, anchor your assets, atomic wallet. That's why I said the I got to look that up. Ledger. You want that with quantum resistance. You want that cold wallet that has quantum resistance, because people, when the quantum financial system has already been released. It's just not been fully activated. The ledger stacks, you all. XTAX is the best quantum cold wallet as far as quantum resistant, because that's what this whiteboard is all about. Securing your SHA-256 is Bitcoin, are they secure? Are Litecoin secure? Is Dogecoin secure against it when its quantum financial system is officially? And that's why I've been also educating you all too about the quant coin, quant crypto. Now, if $400 is too much for you, then you're not serious about securing your assets like Homer did. So the ledger stacks. Thank you. I want to take some time. You all been asking me. XDC, yes, thank you for bringing it out. Is quantum resistance. You want, that's why XDC is all over this. All over this. Yes. And it's another quantum resistance I've been teaching on. So he want a hug. Bitcoin, Elon Musk, Bitcoin connection to AI. You're not going to hear it on this episode, but right. But someone says fire blocks are the safest against quantum hacks. Lisa has on the red again for Flare. That's the A for Amazon. And the purchase episode that I have, he tells you that after he transitions his Bitcoin to Lisa, that he wants the AI project. You are what is Trump coming out with? Stargate. AI, big thing. Larry Frink talking about AI. We got Stellar Loomis again. We got Ethereum. He's testing the theory to see if they're really his friends. They have the isotopes again, ISO 20002, 22. You got the atom. We got the XLM as well on as well as the XPR. And then they have on the red and white for Flare. Again, I'm gonna say this. XLM is going to be the one world currency. The XLM again. Oh, and then we have XCN. One of my followers brought this out. Onyx coin right here. You have to kind of twist it at a counter angle. And to see that X right here in the black rock, black stone, and the black and the gold. XCN. Now, I have not did the gematria on this. I probably will at a later time. I'm not going to do that, break that down today. And then, so they're back at the whiteboard, right? Someone has solved the equation. They're in their PJs and their pajamas. You see the lights right here. This is gas lighting. This is what's called gas lighting that's going on right now to manipulate them. The solver gaslighted by suggesting equivalent between the traditional system failure, which is fiat and cash. This is why you see since 2015 when A&P went bankrupt. A&P represents the traditional finance system, the failure of our traditional finance system and institution due to a centralized mismanagement. A&P produced their own products and they failed to innovate. Right? They produce their own products. They fail to innovate. RSA here and SHA-256 are cryptographic tools that ensures integrity and security. So it says prove that this is secure. Prove that Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Filecoins is secure. This means to exit out to prove it out. And it says because if E is secure, the double arrows, then the RSA cryptography tools integrity is secure as well. So then we go on to A&P, which does look like ICP. It's zero or zeroed out. So A&P, and then we have the A here, the slash of the double like equal lines. And what that means implies that it is divisible by P or property. This is critical component for cryptography security. This happens in RCA as well, right? So this is what all this means. So it says E means that if there is this is what this E means. If there is this, then this does not exist. The crossing out of the E here. So that's why Trump is trying to innovate. That's why he wants to be the first. That's why he's moving so fast. Because Russia and China are ahead of us in this. So just like traditional systems fail, just like A&P failed to innovate, just like they were centralized because they produced their own products, they were not decentralized. It went bankrupt. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, if they are poorly managed or unsustainable, again, this represents fiat currency. Now, this does not represent Algorand. It really is that E again with the slash through it. It really is. But it's just a little different than this E. But I'm just gonna tell you, Algorand will tokenize real estate. It will. So just as traditional systems fail, so could. Just like fiat's gonna fail. Just like fiat, just like cash is going to fail, then this is saying the backwards equals to slash. If cash doesn't exist, this does not exist. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Filecoin, if they're poorly managed and unsustainable, then we have a QED. They will not exist as well. So the gas lighting, we're going to see gas, and you're going to see gas somewhere. It's right here. It is to manipulate, suggesting an equivalent between traditional financial systems like A&P and the potential failure of cryptocurrencies, despite being decentralized, because A&P, again, remember, were centralized. So the dollar can actually crash. So what this did was it gave faith back to the dollar, aka Mr. Burns, aka Jacob Rothschild. So it gave the people doubt in Bitcoin, like a lot of people have, in blockchain technology. It gave them blind faith. This is what gas lighting do. So just like the solver emphasized, we know the solver was Professor Frank, they can rely on human trust, but both of them are fake. So that gave the faith back to the dollar now. Mr. Burns right here. See, A&P gained central control. A&P gained central control by creating their own products. This is why A&P went bankrupt is on here. Like the U.S. prints its own dollars. It had top-down management like the pyramid. This is fiat currency right here, like the pyramid. It controlled its distribution. Decisions were made centrally with little input for individuals or stores and market. This is what A&P did, and that's why they went zero, went bankrupt. You got Walmart and Costco, Target. They represent decentralized. A&P didn't want that. They didn't want to bring in other products. They didn't want to source products globally and offer broader selections for people. They didn't want to bring in other name brands. They want their own name brand. So Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin again represents decentralization, where no central entity controls the system. So this contrasted A&P centralized model, or it went against it. You all, as Myron Golden would say right here, are you all picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So then we got QED. And QED means that settles it. This is a Latin word. It means, quote, errate demonstration, means proof of solution. It means it has been completed. As Jesus said, the ninth hour, it is finished. So it said it settles it. This settles it. The impression that the argument of proof is resolved, leaving no room for debate, even if it's flawed or incomplete. Even if it's flawed or incomplete. And you all, let's go back to RSA real quick, which represents another security. Say, but Rivish, Shamir, Adelman, RSA uses the public and private keys. RSA security is for larger keys. It is more secure. It is more secure, but it requires more computing power. A lot of decoders said when the book was singing and when I showed you all the LeBron message and about the straws and we mine large computers, they thought that was XRP and it wasn't. It was referring to Bitcoin all along. So RSA requires more computer power. Its security can be by quantum. It can be hacked by quantum computer. It can be threatened by quantum computer. This is why we talk about quantum computer. And it's saying so can Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and Filecoin. And so can the fiat dollar. So can our cash. So now it's like people like, well, we need faith back in the cash system. And it gave Mr. Burns the power again, the Rothschild, Jacob. But you all, November 2025, cash is going to crash. And this is gaslighting because decentralized will last. So Lisa, and I'm going to do the Gematria on barbershop as well. And then I'm going to log off. I'm going to log off. But Lisa is filing up her report. Top It Off is in the background, barbershop, right? She's finalizing it. Second grader needs report. He has on the violet for the XPR, the purple. He's giving Lisa the ledger, his cold wallet. He's a billionaire. You see Top It Off at the back again. She has on the green now, not red, not flare. He has Stellar Lumens in his glass. She has on the green fiat currency system. But now she is on the blockchain. She's got Bitcoin. Their ledger is in red. Why? Because it's flare. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Ooh, you all know the hours and the nights I had to stay up to get this. Now, this episode does not say this, but when he walks in, he said, I would have given up $1 billion to have you, which he just did. He gave it to Lisa. It was $1 billion on that ledger, that cold wallet. That's the Rubik's Cube again, blockchain technology. Many decoders said this represents Professor Frank, aka Bitcoin, and Gary Gensler were in bed together. But what you all did not hear is that he brought out that Gensler was a humanitarian. He was not ever like a humanitarian. He was out for like science and blockchain technology and blah, blah, blah. SPR. And whenever you see the purple or the violet, they represent XPR. SPR. It's with Metallic. I'll pull that website up because a lot of people are not familiar with XPR, right? Precious metal, right? Someone says Toshi pumping now. Toshi is not in this decoding, but thank you for letting us know. He said, you know, he was a humanitarian. And most people thought Gary Gensler was against them in the SEC and XRP. So they're saying you all was in bed together. So Bitcoin, Stellar Lumens, Gary Gensler. Now at this, we're gonna see the A for April. You add all of these numbers up, they equal 16. But just like this episode 1, 2, 3, then we have the number 4. What does 4 mean, you all? Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited about this. 4 means a secure foundation. Like usually If you're laying a foundation for a home or something to be built or commercial property, it's in a square, a four. Four always also represents the four corners of the world: news, north, east, west, and south. A foundation. So we have the four here, which XDC in Gematria shows that four. Then we have the reversal or the flipping of the switch. The 1, 2, 3 is now 3, 2, 1. The flipping from fiat currency to crypto, from cash to crypto. And then you add all these numbers up, it's 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. So something may happen April 16th. But he was dancing with President George Washington first. And he pushes him out the way. He says, he's singing a song, thanks for the currency. And he said, no, we wasn't fighting on the same side. He pushed old George out the way, and he replaced him with President Nixon, Tricky Dick Nixon. Why? Because when Nixon unpegged the US dollar in 1971 from the gold standard, it made the 13 richest banking families in the elite or the Illuminati even richer. And it made the poor poorer. How did it do that, Queen? Because it devalued the dollar even more. And the dollar continued to lose its purchasing power. It's not that prices are going up. It's your dollar is buying less and less. And that's why other countries are dumping it or devaluing it or don't want to use it. So he dances with President Nixon. George Washington did not want to change the economy. He wanted to free the slaves for the economy as well, right? XCN is on Uphold. Thank you for letting us know. I know it was on Coinbase as well, and XDC is on Uphold. Metal blockchain sitting at 20 million market cap is ridiculous. That is very ridiculous. Now that is a suppression, and that is a joke. That is something that's gaslight. That is kept the biggest secret. I know. Yeah, Metal Blockchain and XPR. The website for silver is strolling at the bottom, www.milliemoves.com. Right. March 10th would be huge. That's when the ISO messaging will come in. But the Simpsons is showing us April a lot as well. And the 4 + 3 is 7. What does 7 mean? Again, divine transition on the 7th day. Jesus rest. He reset it. He bankrupt 7. Right. So she's cleaning. And then I'm going to show you all XPR. I like money. Mike Tyson. He came back out of retirement just for that little money. Mike Tyson also on other episodes represents like holistic health, CBDs. He has a whole CBD business on another Simpsons episode, but you have to purchase that to see that Trump wants to move to more organic health, holistic health. You all see that, don't you? BB Books, BNB blockchain. BNB right there. That's why they came against that exchange. And then let's see, where do I want to go to? Okay, we're going to end right there because invigorating. I want to show you, and I'm going to wrap this up. Going to show you motorcycles, expounding more on the Flare network and F assets. Also showing the commodities, the physical commodities that you all can, that you're going to show in that episode as well. Again, silver, copper, and I'm going to show you XPR and XDC, right? XPR, XDC, and everybody come in. Again, ledger stacks, quantum resistance, It's about 400, 300 plus dollar. Don't buy it from a third party. Don't buy it from like an Amazon. And let me show you Fed Now and Metal blockchain, since many people don't know about XPR, which is the flipping of XRP. So you can just do this to learn more about XPR as well. Fed Now blockchain. You see the colors. You see the purple. You see the mixture. You see the number, May 11, 2023, Fed Now, Federal will combine with Metal blockchain. Metal blockchain and XPR. XPR is built on that Metal blockchain network. So that's why this important. That's why this big. 11, right? Was 11. 11 is like 9/11. It's a warning. It's a, emergency. So again, this was released May 11, 2023. We'll connect Federal Reserve's Fed Now. We'll connect with Metal blockchain, the bridge, and notice the ocean, because we're about to go here too. Notice the ocean. And it will, why you think Trump say he want a stable coin versus a CBDC? Allow users to instantly convert cash to stablecoin for DeFi protocols. Hint, hint, RLUSD stablecoin. The Federal Reserve's forthcoming instant payment service, Fed Now, will be connected to Metal blockchain, according to May 11 announcements for the Metal blockchain team. This announcement said the integration would allow Metal users to instantly convert funds to stablecoin and back again using Fed Now send and receive. What do you see the lights? We talked about gaslighting. The stage, right? Implement innovative Fed Now, Fed's new instant payment infrastructure, participating in financial institutions, send and receive money. U.S. residents can only make payments domestically through third-party apps like PayPal, Venmo, crypto wallets. The Fed Now has stated that the new service was launched in July. And so Metal blockchain is a crypto network developed by Metallicus based on a fork of Avalanche. Also, Avalanche was mentioned in the Simpsons of that episode as well. It created to offer compliance friendlier options of decentralized financing developers. In the May 11 announcement, May 11 developers claim that the network is built on the foundation of Banks Secrecy Act compliance, implying that it has identity verification, anti-money laundering features built in. Identity verification, you are anti-money laundering. According to his documents, the network features subnet called X-Chain, just like XCN is on-chain, that allows developers to enact rules for transferring assets. For example, a token can be issued with the rule that it can only be sent to U.S. citizens or it can't be traded until tomorrow. Cointelegraph could not verify the criteria for Fed Now will use to decide who can integrate with the payment system. However, the most blockchain network use addresses as user identities, which means that they could be seen not complying with the Bank Secrecy Act. This may explain why Metal is one of the first blockchain networks to be listed on Fed Now service provider. In conversion with Cointelegraph, Metallicus co-founder, CEO Marshall Hayner and Metal's connection Fed Now will enable the formation of interconnection bank chains, created a larger blockchain ecosystem that is secure and does not rely on oracles. So as we go into, as you all can tell, my new glasses, I can season 31, flipping of 13, the flipping of the script is, you see the XPR Royal Purple, very expensive oil. This is why, oh yes, I'm not giving you financial advice at all, but it's a silent sleeper and it's all over the Simpsons. Now, Phantom Bet or Beat, I'm sorry, said March 10 is going to be big. That article was released on March 11th, right? So it's a silent sleeper, in my opinion, not financial advice. You see the Royal Purple here, the XPR. This is why you're gonna see the motorcycle and in the scene of the jet ski high performance vehicle, $349, right? In the Simpsons. So let's get to the Simpsons so I can show you the XPR and the XD Zenfin HDC in the Simpsons, right? Trying to, okay, camera, stay on this side. There we go. Guess my camera want me to move over some. I don't like my blind showing for some reason. Just my little perk. All right. Jim Parsons. Again, why Jim Parsons? SPR says, because Jim Parsons has an episode called Big Bang Theory. We're talking about XPR, not XRP, right? Fresh Prince. I love that name. We're talking about XPR, however, right? SPR has been running what? So Jim Parsons is mentioned on here because of the Big Bang Theory episode where he and his friends are mining Bitcoin. They want to make it known that they are not nerds, right? They are not nerds. So with that being said, I can show you all some big. Let me look. Hold on, I'll take you to SPR website. So he says by clicking the link. This is Jim Parsons. He said I'm a super nerd. That's why I'm really. That's why I'm here to really. No, he said I'm not a nerd. People think I'm a nerd, but I'm super cool. We're gonna do the Gematria on super cool as well. Okay, you see the shadow in the background, shadow banking system, stacks of cash on the pyramid banking system that we're currently on that has suppressed people financially. So he's going to talk about the cool subject of distributed consensus-based cryptocurrency. He wants to say, I'm super cool. As you can see, season 13, episode 13, I showed you all how XDC and Gematria are those numbers, right? HDC is 3113. Now, that's the XPR, the ramp, the smoke, the high performance vehicle, the Phoenix, the lightning bolts, the twin towers, right? This is gold, physical commodity. I showed you all earlier. If you're just not coming in, you need to watch the beginning of this. Watch the beginning of that. So those are bankers' trucks that comes and pick up the money, from institutions. So the first truck in the gold, that's gold. The one next to it is I'm pulling up something for you. It's silver. And then we have water. Water is the only one that does not have the red on there because it's a liquid. It's, commodity, not physical. Then we have the copper. Been telling you all specifically about silver and copper. Notice that they are first and last. Silver is first. Silver is first. None of us can live without water. That's essential commodity. And copper is last. Well, as the Bible says, the first will become last. So you have the ocean blue for the Zenfin color, right? Zenfin network. Okay. Lightning bolts, twin towers, 9/11. There was over $500 million dollars worth of physical silver gold buried underneath the rubble of the twin towers. Not sure if you all knew that. Okay. SPR, Zenfin, 13 banking families, the Phoenix coin right there on the flare, the fuel. Also, the crest of the flare logo is right here. Then we're going to see Jim Parsons again. And he says, can a nerd do that? I don't think so. So now he says, for cryptocurrency to work, we see the 2025 is going to be repeatedly shown right here. The 2025. Now, I'm going to take time just to show you the Flare Finance logo, just so you know for sure that that's Flare. I mean, without a doubt. So there it is. And the Flare, the X5 also has the X in it as well. Right. There it is. The same logo that's on their crescent of their motorcycle. You got the X Flare, and then we have all of, the assets that's going to be connected to this wallet. In the Simpsons episode, there's a like a parachute. In a second, that's going to come down with a champagne glass. That's Flare and Avalanche AVAX as well. So this is all in the Simpsons as well. That's that Flare Finance and that parachute or balloon, whatever you want to call it. All right. So let's go back to Mr. Jim Parsons, who represent Bitcoin. All in this episode 2025 for cryptocurrency to work, we need a record of every transaction that occurs. These records are distributed ledger. What is that? Bitcoin. A consensus of shared and synchronized data. The book, for the people that just now coming in, represents Bitcoin, the dinosaur coin, the old antiquated way of keeping a ledger. This is talking about Bitcoin. Many people have did live videos said that was XRP. It's not talking about XRP. This is talking about Bitcoin, this entire episode. Digital data. Now, spread across multiple platforms. We see 777. 777 represents jackpot. You all. I showed you the gematria of Bitcoin is 79. BTC, Bitcoin is 9. BTC, is it 9? Yeah, and BTC is 7, if I'm not mistaken. 79 here, 777 here, divine transition, bankrupt, reset. 79 here, 777 here for BTC. A lot of people have come out and said, nah, this is talking about, no, it's not. These are lowercase b's. The lowercase b's for Bitcoin represents a payment system. When you see the uppercase b, like we saw on the whiteboard, that represents the platform. The lowercase b is represented in payment form. Not a nerd. He continues to say that. We are going to do the gematria on that as well. Right? Hit the jackpot. Now, this is the XPR, the violet, the purple. The tower, I told you all, Genesis 11. Tesla has a book, Tesla Tower, Purple Tower. The red, Flare, purple, XPR, blue, Zenfin, XDC. The book, Crypto, Bitcoin, from Shanghai. Now, they wanted you to see the beach for a reason. I'm going to break that down. They want you to see this beach for a reason. From Shanghai to Grenada. When you look at Zenfin, old logo, I'm in your computer, validation of nodes on the computer of Bitcoin. Now, in the background, you see the Freemasonry 33. The Bible says Jesus did ministry for Yeshua did ministry for 30 years. Lived for 30 years, and then for 3 years did ministry. Then it shows the death, the physical form, 3 days, 3 nights. So 3 days in the grave, physical form, the resurrection, Jesus in spiritual form. The masonry sign in the background, 33 masonry. Number 33, ice is at 33 degrees Celsius, able to be transformed or illuminated or changed into water, ice into water at 33 degree temperature. 33, a transformation, transfiguration. We see waves in the background, not ripple effects. Waves. Waves in the background, not ripple effects. Waves are different than ripple effects. Ripples are small little droplets of energy in the water that goes away very quickly. That's why ripple, right? Ripple is called ripple. 3 to 5 seconds, fast transactions. But Zenfin with the fin with the X right here, when swimmers swim and go to the ocean or surf, they're called fins or flippers. This was connected to Zenfin all along, and this ocean blue. The green and gold represents our gold standard stripes. The green, the fiat standard. The jet, again, XPR. You see under foundation, that purple for XPR is under the foundation. That jet ski, XPR, all high performance engines. The red, white, and blue, the US of A. The bamboo with the X right here, Les Brown talks about the Japanese bamboo tree that for 5 years you water it and you water it, right? No, purple is representing SXPR. Russian ruble, we can go over that. 1988. It's on the Economist, Rothschild magazine. The Russian ruble crash in 1998. That's why the 10 is above the 0 with the X on it. That represents 10 decades. Every 10 years, we had an economic crash. 1988 is the Russian ruble. 2008 U.S. housing market crash. B is not P flip. It is not. It is for lower payment Bitcoin. And that Bitcoin is the jackpot. Flare Finance is not rebranded. It will be, XLM will be our one world currency. And all other countries will have their own CBDCs. Thank you for finding my channel. Thank you so much. So purple represents XPR. This is red, white, and blue, US of A, right? The Japanese bamboo, Zenfin, XPR, transformation, 33 fingers. And what he's give her? A ledger. And what is this ledger kept in? A book. Now, we're also going to do the Gematria, or at least I am, on I Can Dig It. Because they're saying these things for a reason. Again, Bitcoin is the dinosaur, antiquated way of keeping record keeping. It's not fast. It's not the XPR in the background of purple, the Big Bang residuals. XPR. So he said we added two. That's called a blockchain. What was the first crypto to add blockchain? Bitcoin. What's the buildings full of energy gobbling computers? Bitcoin. Another thing. Let's listen in at this. I'm gonna let you listen in this a little bit.
Parsons. Jim Parsons. It went in. 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 You saw it. It went in.
He continued to say on that, it went in, it went in, it went in, it went in. That was for a reason. We got to do the gematria on that. You all, we almost have 200 people in, so you all hit that thumbs up. Now, this basketball represents the globe. Kept saying it went in, it went in. Okay, they was already talking about LeBron. So, he wants to show he's not a nerd. We see the the X in the background, the X it. The ball represents the globe, the world, exit right there. It went in, the globe, the world, the foundation, the four corners of the world. Oh, come on, y'all. My goodness. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. And what next? What the ripple next? The ripple next. Four corners of the world, the globe, the ripple next, right there in the spear. And he kept saying, it went in, and the exit is shown right there. Four corners of the world. Professor Frank Finkhorn. So there may be some people that don't know XPR, don't know what it is, right? And so let's go over Zenfin first, the blue that I showed you all, even the commodities, even the ocean waves in the background that did not represent Ripple. Well, it's all about the ocean blue with Zenfin, Flipper's fan, and then their logo, in fact, was an ocean blue, right? XDC, top blockchain. Look at that in the background. That's not Ripple. A lot of people said that they represent Ripple, and it did not. And I've said this many, many, many times that because of the liquidity pool and derivatives market that XRP will do, that's still a quadrillion-dollar market coming to XRP. So it's not in no way to discredit XRP, but this is to reveal the truth and to also help people realize that they could be sleeping on these cryptocurrencies, just like you're sleeping on silver and gold, that can give you a higher return on your investment right now. Because all of these, let's go with SPR with zero gas fees. I showed you all the XPR oil is very expensive for racing vehicles. And the supported networks, which is what Hedera that the Simpsons showed us, that's going to be take you from a beer to a champagne budget. Bitcoin, XRP, supported network, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Metal X, very suppressed market cap right now. Proof of stake blockchain that listen, enable smart contracts of high performance. It's right here. Scalable, sustainable, computation. Developers leverage XPR to easily and securely build tokens, NFT exchanging, lending markets. There's that proton with the purple. Open source. And it says including demo projects that you can clone. Remember Jamie Foxx, the double X and the clone accusations? You can clone right away. Maintain what's the double X? XDC and XPR. Fiat on ramp. We saw the ramps on the Simpsons. Liquidity pools was real big too when it comes to XRP. Incentivized traders. Direct swap. We saw the lightning on the flare helmets on the Simpsons. Look at that symbol right there. Instant digital swap with zero gas fees. Instant. You all. Fed now. May 11th. I already announced it. Cross-border transactions, fast, secure, cost and effective. Businesses can leverage the networks. High throughput and low latency to enable near instant settlement and international payments. Secure, simple. XLM, you all, Interstellar, that's on the 1988 Economist cover as well. And 2014 Again, Stella XLM is going to be that Revelation 13:17. No man can buy and sell 666. I got for the proof for you. We're going to do this gematria on this. Then I'm logging off. I'm logging off. Again, go to millimoves.com. You all get your artwork, your gold, your silver. Um, Peace to you and love to you as well. You can buy, I know you can get Zenfin on, someone said Uphold, but I know you can get it on Coinbase wallet as well. Someone says Zenfin is infinite finance. Love it. Excuse me. XDC, I can dig it means mining. Okay, we're going to look at it. Thank you, Leroy. XDC will be big due to them already tokenizing 4 quadrillion worth of assets already. But here's the kicker. You can only buy HDC. No, you can buy HDC right on Uphold, and you don't need XRP at all. Who told you that? Where you get that from? You go right to Uphold and buy HDC. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I need more HDC. Yeah, you go right to Uphold. SPR Coinbase wallet. Coinbase wallet. You need that wallet, not just Coinbase, right? Okay. Now let's do this gematria. Right? Not a nerd. Not a nerd. And what does it have? Queen. I'm there first. I'm not a nerd. I am not a nerd. So Queen is first. Lotto. We just talked about the 777. Immortal. What's Immortal? The Phoenix Bird. Um, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee had a lot of conspiracy behind him. I'm not gonna get into that. XI. I think that's an I or it's a lowercase L. But if we're looking at Jinping, the president of China, XI, that's how he spelled his first name. Cosmos, even though this is with a K, I've been telling you all about Cosmos as well, the internet of the blockchain, the internet of things. Phoenix, again, not a nerd, Taylor Swift. Satoshi, and what else? Stargate, you all. Stargate, right? So now let's go to Jim Parsons. So we got Jim Parsons, time travel. Thank you all for talking. Remind me about quantum leap, Christ consciousness, the Christos, the Christ. I don't even have time to teach on it, but Google Jim Carrey talking about the Christ conscious. XRP, the stage is set. I showed you how the stage on the Simpsons. The underlying meaning. The name is Yeshua. Yeshua, the Messiah, the true name of Jesus, right? This is all from Jim Parsons. Queen of Holy Breath. I have to read anything with Queen in it. Now we see Ripple XRP with Jim Parsons. Ripple is first. Then XRP Ripple. The flipple of Ripple is still 674. Right? The 674 is game over. Jim Parsons. Occupy Mars. A lot of people say solar eclipse. What that happened on April 8th, a big solar eclipse of last year. XRP Moon, so XRP Army, here you go. That's connected to Jim Parsons. The Tree of Life. Okay. Faith over fear. I have to read that one as well. You got to have faith over fear. I don't care what executive orders y'all like or don't like about Trump. Have faith over fear, right? Now we got to do it went in. He kept saying that over and over again when he made the basket. It went in. It went in. So 666, that is XLM. It went in, it went in, it went in. We saw the exit to LeBron James. That's why his name was mentioned in it. I told you how he was shooting the basket with the it went in the Ripple net. And again, don't forget about Ripple and XLM and SHX. World War. We will have a World War III. Trump card comes up. 2-3. We saw the 23 in the decoding of XLM, XDC, XRP, and Gematria. Larry Frank comes up, Frank coin, aka Bitcoin as well. And Yang. A lot of people are, you know, making XRP and or Ripple and Bitcoin against one another. I really think it's going to work together. To be honest with you, I really do. I know Bitcoin is supposed to be on that Lightning Network, but it's going to work together because Bitcoin, Larry Frank will take over the mining of that. And with that being said, Bitcoin is going to have faster speed. And I think they're going to collaborate because Bitcoin is a store of wealth. It's going to be the store of value. We got Frank coin on the 1988 Economist. We saw the number 10 written and spelled out, right? We got Frank. We got EOS in here. I don't have EOS, but just letting you know. EOS is under the XPR network as well. And XRP. Then we got Star. So you got to think of Stargate with Frank coin and AI technology. Ryan, who is Ryan? Ryan Fugger, the one that the Fugger family that created the open coin technology that was later rebranded to Ripple and XRP. And then what else do we have on the Frank coin, you all, with the 44? XPR. XPR, the foundation. I showed you all that purple carpet. The number 4, the 4 corners of the world, the foundation of a thing. Science. Exit. I showed you all the exit in that basket. Then we have XRP as well. So I'm just giving you out some more exits so that you can know, again, the ledger, stacks, quantum, resistance, recommendation for the cold wallet. You all, we still have over 170 people. This is a 2-hour live stream. And so right there, and just so many other things. You have to secure your wallet, secure your assets. This is about the best from the research that I've done. You can also get the flex. And just because they had an X in it, that lets you know it's quantum. I don't like the nanos though, because they have been hacked in the past. Again, make sure you get it right from that website. And then you can, get the flex if you choose to. It has 5-star reviews on that. I think the other one has more memory. And again, I'm not going to break this down. I'm just going to show it to you very briefly. 1988 Economist magazine. Get ready for one world currency. And then Interstellar that shows you XLM and the Stellar Lumens logo. The Revelation 1317, one world currency, Akon, Big Boy Crypto. That interview was taken down. How about a decent wallet? Well, thank you. All praise to the Most High that says I'm amazing. Well, thank you so much. Do you already have XDN just coming in? Yes, it took a dip yesterday and I got some dip on that as well. I talked about XCN on his coin and it being a black stone and that connection and collaboration with Black Rock. Also, don't forget about that DMX with DMX, Aaliyah, and Jet Li movie that came out. And remember when DMX found those black diamonds, right? The honest coins of Black Stone and Black Rock. There's Romeo Must Die, right? Romeo Must Die. And Aaliyah's name was Trish O'Day. O'Day. And yeah, Onyx, On Chain. I do have it. So someone says something about this Satan, the Saturn where it's 666, the mark of the beast. This was on the Cosmos magazine, 1980 Economist. Get ready for a new world economist. Stellar, it was called Stellar Lumen, illuminating light, right? Bright morning star, biblically. Then they rebranded to throw people off, but that will be the one world currency. And again, XRP will be for that on demand liquidity and derivatives market, which is a $1+ trillion market. So in 1988, 1 month before this, 5 months before the Economist magazine was published, crisis struck. 1988, the black market. 1987, the black Monday stock market crashed, simulating the rise in interest rates that from that world or the market crash. And so I'm trying to think of the number five, like 5 fingers, 5 toes, represents a system of single individual system that equals a whole of a balance. So you got a lot of the Economist magazine that talks about the dollar crash. The 88 is the most dissected one and the most talked about and decoded. However, but you got the Alice in Wonderland that shows Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. And then you got Should the Dollar Dive? This is the Economist, another one. I need to research this one. I definitely need to see what year this was. Should the dollar dive? That's an eagle. Wow, 11 years ago. July 5th, 2013. Okay. 11 years ago. Okay. So the number 10 is written, spelled 10 decades, represents here. This also is the mathematical symbol. That means to zero out the fiat currency, the blazing, the burning, zeroing that out, right? It also means cosmos, and it also means stellar, interstellar 2014 logo. The number 10 here represents the letter spelling of 10 is the spelling of 10 represents Frank coin, aka Bitcoin. The gold represents physical gold. It's going to be reset by gold and silver. I shared with you all earlier how silver gives you a 3,365% return on your ROI according to the US debt clock, and a 37.5x return. Phoenix, let me enlarge this if I can. Phoenix is the last 3 letters here is XIN. It's for Zenfin, right? That's Zenfin on that Phoenix. 2018 was the year that the largest crypto crash happened, and it also equals to 11. The coin, again, Bitcoin is the only one called a coin, is representation of both Bitcoin and physical gold. Then the link is chain link. This is the Fugger family. In the 1600s, they had the gold coin, the Fugger coin, Fugger, that was used for wealth and wealthy transactions. Also, the creators of OpenCoin, that was later rebranded to Ripple, and XR and the product XRP was produced. So the burning of cash, November 2025. I'm logging off. I haven't even taken a restroom break. I gotta go to the restroom. Glad you all enjoyed this live stream. Someone says they have Tangem. I like Tangem, but for where I'm going, I had to get a wallet that I can secure more. I had more assets like Quantum, like Tangem. You can't store Quantum on it and Quant and things like that, and some of my NFTs. And I want a Quantum physician. But if you want Quantum resistance, but if you want like Tangent for like Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, Polymatic, Dogecoin, yeah, it's user friendly. It's pretty easy, and I haven't, seen any hacks on that. But I have other things like XDC things that I'm also securing as well. So I had to upgrade. Well, thank you so much, Queen Alpha. As you all call me, esoteric decoder. Thank you all so much. They've been trying to introduce blockchain since 1988, and really before then. But yeah, 1988 is when that was first released on that global scene. We know 8 is the upside down infinity sign, right? Revelation 1 and 11, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, right? Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. Then Ecclesiastes 11 says to invest, not in one, not in two, but in different streams of income, because you don't know what disaster may come upon the earth, right? All right. Someone said, I'm glad you back, my queen. Where did I go? Did I go somewhere? Did I go somewhere? I'm about to go to the restroom. Though. It's been a long stream. There will be no one world currency. This been Saturnalism is false. Okay. Revelation spoke of the Revelation 13 and 17 talks about the 666. Let me go to the Gematria real quick. Well, no man, I'm not gonna argue with this. No man can buy and sell. I've already done the research, but I will show you. The world currency will be XLM, interstellar, point blank. And what I mean by that is going to be the payment system. Now, the world store of wealth, the long-term value store of wealth is going to be Bitcoin. It's not meant for payment anymore. They redid it just like XRP was redone. But let me just show you this. XRP will move currency from one country. No, XRP, Dave already did the interview. Brad Garlinghouse and Charles Larson said that was the initial concept or idea to be a payment system. They're going to be bigger than a payment system. It's going to take out it's going to be for the liquidity pool, to take out the broker, and it's going to be for the derivatives market, which is a bigger market with a bigger GDP. Now the question is, which crypto would take on the world's debt or the United States debt? Would that be XRP or would that be XDC? So when you go to Gematria in 666, God, the teacher of Christ, only one God, Hitler. Hitler was against centralized banking as well. Donald Trump comes up. Facing end of days. Again, end of time just means the end of a cycle. It talks about the jab here. Andre Tate, you follow Andre Tate, his philosophy and his outspokenness and view on Bitcoin. The hidden one. And new age begin. That's the 4 wands, 111. Humanity. Who talks about humanity as well? XLM, going to the unbanked. Domestic banking is actually bigger than the derivatives market. It's a bigger untapped banking. And there we have it right there. XLM Stellar. They also have artificial intelligence right here. Wrong. As I always tell people, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. Stellar XLM again. The only one mentioned with 666 in Gematria. Look at all these sixes on. Peace symbol. Domestic banking is bigger than derivatives market and liquidity pool. Even the old Quincy Jones video of this XDC tells you that. Well, thank you. Make sure you all subscribe. I love you all as well. I love you all as well. I'm signing out. Have a great rest of your day. Like and share this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones. We are experiencing the greatest wealth transfer that this generation will ever experience. Peace. Watch this video 2 or 3 times. I gave you a whole lot of jewels, right? I gave you a whole lot of jewels. So watch this video a lot of time, right? Peace. Queen out.